So I'm watching Wrestling Mixtape's live stream last night on YouTube. It was based on SmackDown, but it just turned into just a general discussion about YouTube and whatnot. And it really got me thinking as to just how dead the YWC is. And from there, what I and what you as content creators and what you guys as general YWC viewers, what you can do to try and make this place more active, more lively, so we can all have more fun with the content and whatnot. Because really, yesterday I spent a lot of time thinking, and I'm scrolling through my sub box because I'm subbed to a heap of YWC channels. I'm subbed to a bulk of content creators in this community who make consistent content. So I'm scrolling through the content. I'm just thinking to myself, just nothing's moving the needle. And look, that's obviously by fault of WWE primarily for producing a product week in, week out for several years now that's been so nauseatingly terrible that people have just stopped watching altogether. And even if they're still watching somehow, they're not interested in seeing what a YWC kind of smaller creator might say. And really it got me thinking as to, how dead the community is, because I was going to title this video, Is the YWC Dead? Because that's a pretty kind of catchy, easy to click on title. But then I was just like, that's not even a question. Of course the YWC is dead. If you think the YWC is lively and amazing right now, given the wrestling we're seeing on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, AEW, you're clueless. You're the YWC right now, look, Wrestling with Heat, or my best friend Kevin, as I like to call him, made a great point, I think a week ago, about how the reviewer market is so overexposed right now, which is a big issue considering the fact that, look, the market's overexposed and the interest isn't there. So you've got a lot of supply of content, but the demand isn't there, therefore the viewership is going to be lower. Alright, that's simple business, and it's the fact of the matter of what we're dealing with right now in the YWC. The fact of the matter is there's only so many people who care, alright? People, by and large, don't care about wrestling. People, by and large, don't care about wrestling reviews. And even if they do care about wrestling reviews, they're going to probably watch JD from NY. But let's say they're against JD from NY, they want to watch another creator. You might watch, I don't know, a Steven Larson, a Wrestling Inc., a Fightful, all the kind of big creators. And then we got this, really good kind of, how would I describe? Not like an underground community or anything, but just building a steady growth of channels and creators in this little community. Which Wrestling Mixtape compared me to the exalted one of this kind of community, so to speak, saying that I'll lead the way. I find that so cool. I'm Brody Lee, and I thought about it as though I do Vince impressions in my videos. It's a bit of fun. I'm the exalted one. I'm Brody Lee, but anyway, so I'm thinking about that. And really, I was scrolling through content yesterday, as I said, and I'm just looking at video after video. I'm not gonna, name channels. I'm not about that, alright? I know, as someone who is very, analytical and pretty much knows what to do on YouTube to really build your channel, I see a bunch of creators just doing stuff that I just go, this isn't gonna help you grow at all. Be that too much content, be that poor quality of content, be that reviewing a wrestling show and just rambling for 35 minutes as you're sitting in front of a camera. I see all this stuff, and it's just it further reinforces my point about the YWC, that I'm just thinking that the community, it's in such a state right now because, as I said before with the overexposure analogy, the interest isn't there, but the supply is more than ever, I feel like. So it's just the viewership's going to struggle. And look, what am I going to do about this? As someone who, as Wrestling Mixtape calls me, the exalted one of the community, so to speak, the one who's going to almost lead the way, and whatever I go with, whatever direction I take, my content's going to go for everyone else. As someone who is in that position, I guess, I don't know, someone who's apparently in that position, I'm really doing a lot of thinking and thought as to where do I take the content, how do I sustain the viewers who are here for wrestling into something else, because, by God, dude, if the weekly shows, God honestly, this is just me just talking to you guys, God honestly, the weekly shows I don't know how people like a JD from NY have managed to review in such detail Raw, SmackDown, NXT, well, NXT not really as much, but Raw and SmackDown every week, consistently for the course of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7, 8 years. I've really been doing this kind of hardcore for five and a bit months. It's not even half a year. And I feel the burnout, dude. I'm at a point where, I barely even watch Raw or SmackDown. The weekly shows in general, I barely even watch them. Like, AEW is the one I actually watch. I actually enjoy watching AEW. But the rest of the shows, any WWE show, I don't even watch anymore. Like, I'm at that point. And we're only in mid-June. And this channel has been around for 5.5, 6 months. It's just, where does this community go? Because you've got people who are watching these dead weekly shows, not having fun, then either making a slideshow review video, which no one will really watch, or they're making a sit in front of my camera for 35 minutes just rambling about the show type video, which no one wants to watch. So you've got those types. I pride myself as being someone who innovates away from that and makes content that is more to the point, it's engaging. It's not going to be your JD from NY hour and 25-minute review. I'm not about that. That's his thing, not mine. I'm not going to try and rip that off. I'm going to make content that I enjoy making, which is going to be a 5 to 15 minutes, straight to the point, review of the show, probably going to be a roast because the shows usually suck. That's what I'm about, and that's how I make my content. And really, as far as a general creator, what I think the community needs of sorts is people who will expand outside the box, make more topical videos, make more videos which are different, because yes, weekly reviews, they do great views in the hour or two after the show, 100%. But you experience just a massive drop in views after the first 6 hours. The view analytics goes, it shoots up and then it just stagnates and it it slowly goes up. That's what the weekly reviews do. And I want content that's going to last for longer than just 2 days or 6 hours a day, 2 days. I want content that can be watched, weeks and months in advance. That's why I'm so proud of how my WWE 2K videos are doing. Because I made those videos, the Is 2K20 Worth Buying? That video is now hit 3K and going. It gets 40, 50, 60 views a day. That video, you've got WWE 2K20 Review. That video has hit 1.1K views and it's going up 40 views a day. So content like that is the stuff I want to be making. The what if videos, they're pertinent to any period of time. It's not like you have to watch them in the 2 hours after a SmackDown and otherwise it's irrelevant. Alright, it's really thinking about you, if you're watching this video and you're a creator, thinking about what you can do to have more fun, because don't try and BS your audience. You don't have fun watching these weekly shows. Just don't bullcrap your audience. I'm serious, okay? And even if you hate the shows, don't just say the same thing every week. I'm really talking to the Sports and Wrestling Rundown, Wrestling with Heat, about this, privately, just about how if you don't like making the reviews, you've got to innovate. Seriously, there's a bunch of channels. There's one channel particularly which isn't really in the community that I associate with, but it's one that I kind of keep tabs on. One person especially I know who says the same thing week in, week out, just 3 times a week, saying the same thing, and they're gaining no real subscribers. No one's really tuning into their videos. Nothing's gaining traction. And I'm really thinking about that and thinking, I don't want to be sitting here in 6 months saying the same thing about Raw. Because if you've seen by my titles, my thumbnails, how I kind of do my videos, I want to have a big talking point and something to roast, something to talk about, something to praise. But when WWE is giving you nothing and you're really grasping at straws, that's not fun. That's not fun for me as a creator. It's not as fun for you as viewers. Alright, so basically, the basis of this video, what I'm trying to say is that if you're a creator, if you're someone who watches wrestling, or I don't know, obviously watches wrestling, but if you're someone who makes videos in this community, I look at Art the Wrestling Nerd, alright? He's someone who, he's made his YouTube career of sorts, his thing being the slideshow reviews. Quite frankly, I don't know how people do the slideshow reviews. Personally, making it as if it's like a school PowerPoint presentation, that's just not my thing. I fully respect the people who do that, but I couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't do that. So yeah, someone like Art, granted, like you look at him and what he's doing at the moment. I know you're watching Art, shout out to you, but pretty much with your content, and you've seen in the past few days, he said it himself, he finds making the commentary type videos where you can give your opinion and you can say what you feel. It's more fun to make videos about. And this isn't just trying to be me taking shots at the slideshow reviewer community. That, they're all well and good, bunch of cool people in there. But at the same time, I really question that genre of content, especially when wrestling sucks. Like, the shows are enjoyable to watch, so in turn, they can't be enjoyable to make a slideshow presentation out of, and it can't be enjoyable when they inevitably get like 40 views. So, no part of the video making process is fun. At least when you do the talking part, that's one part that's fun, and usually that does better as far as viewership. So, that's two parts of the trifecta that's more enjoyable. You get what I'm saying? Like, if watching the shows are gonna suck as is, like WWE is making it happen, like, it's watching the shows is gonna suck, at least enjoy making the video. And maybe some of you guys love making the slideshow reviews. I just don't know, dude. I really don't. So, I mean, that's the situation there. As far as me as a creator, what I've got, kind of planned on the horizon, pretty much, I'm not gonna say it here. I've got some stuff in store, some stuff that I haven't even told some of the people I'm, very kind of good friends with in this community. I've got some stuff really, on the back burner, just, I'm thinking of. So I'll be dropping that kind of stuff. I'll be really kind of changing the style of the videos. That's all I'll say. I'm just going to leave you guys with that. I'm just going to really change the style of the video. So you guys are going to love that, I'm sure. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. The YWC is dead. Let's try and make something out of it. So yeah, like, comment, sub. See ya.